welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be a removal of flexigel. So this is mainly for the flexigel girls, but it's also there for anyone who wants to know how to remove any polygel. This is how I remove mine, and this is everything that you'll be needing. Should we get started? Right, so I'm going to use, I've got this 100 grit foil here. It's not that rough anymore, so really you want a 180. So that's what I recommend, use a 180 foil, okay? And that's just to take the bulk down and file off around about 90% of that product. Make sure you push those cuticles back. I'm just going to show you here the growth. I can't remember when I done these, but they are in a previous video. If you want to check that video out, then please do. So I'm just going around that. I'm not touching my skin, not the skin, my natural nail with that file. I'm only touching the product. Because remember, you know, I haven't got the 180 foil. I've got a 100 foil, but it has been used, so the grit's been worn. So it's not as coarse as it was when I first used it. So I'm just literally just going over the nail from side to side, around the cuticles, around getting rid of the apex, because we want to get this down as thin as we can without burning our nail. So really all you're doing is flattening that product out, get it as nice and thin as you can, but making sure that, you know, if you feel any kind of heat, then you stop. Don't do any more. You can see there it's fairly thin. Didn't take that long to get it thin. There's still a little bit that was a little bit higher than the rest, so I'm just going over that. Also, you're going to want to take the length down, so you can just use your, I've got it nice and thin. Normally I would do it beforehand, but my nippers are not that sharp, so I've gone to file it down a little so that I can go through that, because it's nice and thin now. I'm going to see where my natural nail is, and I'm just going to cut that tip off. I'm just making sure that free edge is nice and thin. And it is indeed, it's nice and thin. I've been so naughty with these two nails. When I'm watching the telly, I'll put my finger in my mouth, and if you look on my pointer finger there at the side, I dig my teeth in, and yeah, really bad. I shouldn't do that. So that's one of the reasons why I'm removing them, because obviously that is damaging the strength of where my nail. So yeah, if I crack that even more, then it's just gonna snap off. So yeah, so naughty me not to put my finger in my mouth while I'm watching the TV. But yeah, it's a habit I do. So we've just soaked a lint-free wipe. Well, it's not a lint-free, it's a wax strip wipe, but they are lint-free, in acetone, and I've got some foil. Now you want to use a thick foil. I know there's some foils out there that are really thin and crappy. Try and get a thicker foil, because that way they won't tear and they won't rip when you're trying to wrap it around your finger. Because don't forget, you know, one-handed trying to wrap, it's easy when you're doing someone else's hand, but when it comes to doing your own, it's a little bit harder. So yeah. So we soaked that for around 10 minutes, and you can see it's coming off really nicely. So I'm just using my scraping tool and just scraping that top layer off. I'm also going to use my foil to again etch over the top of that, just so that when we put the foil back on with the acetone, it will have like ridges to penetrate through. So yeah, so that's what we're going to do. And we just want to go over that now very gently, because remember, it's thinner than what it was before, a lot thinner. Don't zigzag like that. Don't do what I've just done there. So we're going to soak that lint free wipe again. Put it back on and wrap the nail back up. I'll do the other one off camera because, or do I? No, I don't. I do that as well. I'm sure I do. Yeah, there we go. I do it. So we're just going to do exactly the same process of what we've just done. And it is important, ladies, you get that product nice and thin. It's going to save you a lot of time. So these only need another 5 minutes. In total, around 15 minutes. And they'll be done. So now we're back to take this off. This should be the last time. And you can see that it's melted that product away. So I'm just going to go over it with a foil very gently and take any remaining product that's on the nail, because it'll be nice and soft and it would have melted. I'm just going to check it with my scraper just to make sure that it's all gone. And you can see there, it's just right at the tip. And there we go, off it pops. And I'm just checking, making sure over that hole of the nail. Then I'm going to take my 240 nail foil, and I'm just going to gently go over that nail just in case there's any product left that I can't see. I'm quite certain there isn't, but you know, it's always best to check. Then I'm going to take my nail clippers and I'm going to clip off the free edge, because it's grown out a bit wonky, because this is my damaged nail. This is my matrix is damaged on this nail, which I've got a whole split going all the way up my nail. I've had it for years. So yeah, it always splits. Once the matrix is damaged, that's it. Your nail will always be damaged, and mine has been. So I always snip this right down, keep it short so I don't catch it. I'm just going to make sure that that's a smooth cut. I'm going to clean it off. And then we're going to add some cuticle oil. And then that's that nail done. There's no damage on my nail from product. The only damage from my nail is from when I damaged it very many years ago. I think it is from when I started college. We was constantly using our own hands. And yeah, I think I damaged it at some point there. So yeah, so there's no other damage on my nail because I've removed that product correctly. I've not picked it off, I've not yanked it off. I've seen some videos where people are using dental floss and that's just going to damage your nail. So yeah, I've done it the correct way. There's no damage on my nail. So that's it. Same on this one, doing exactly the same. Just quickly going over it with that file. Just, there's a little bit of product there. Then we're going to scrape any remaining off, which is just right at the tip, the same as the other one. It's right there, which I'm going to file anyway. I'm going to file it nice and short. I'm just going to quickly push that cuticle back just to make sure that there's no product sneaked its way up under that cuticle. And we're going to take that 240 file. It's always best to use a 240 file on your natural nail. That way you won't get no damage. It's not going to be harsh on your nail. Just don't zigzag it like I'm doing there. And again, I'm going to snip that one down. This was a little bit damaged when I first put it on. If you remember, there was a bit of nail missing. So yeah, so it's still really growing out, but it's a little bit damaged at the tip. So that's obviously from where it was growing out. So I've just nipped that off to allow that new nail to grow. But again, there's no damage to the actual nail. And that's it, guys. Lashings and lashings of cuticle oil. And we're done. Thanks for watching. I hope this is really going to help you. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye.